I love history. How I first got, and there used to be a program on television, and I forget the gentleman's name. It's Murray something, and he would film Hollywood in the 1920s. And I just thought that was so good to see all those old buildings and see it on film that I wanted to do that. And so I eventually got me a movie camera, which was a Super 8, and I would film Lakewood Boulevard, Downey Avenue, Firestone, basically Downey things. And then I became involved also with the Downey Historical Society, where I met John Vincent, and I eventually got me a video camera, and the rest is just history. This is an overview of, aerial view of Downey plant, Vultee years. This is inside the hangar, and also some snapshots that a gentleman, Al Seneschal, had. And there was a Voltaire magazine that the company put out for the employees. This is a V1A from 1938. I don't remember the names of the guys there. And this is a Stinson. And you can see the open fields there by the Downey plant. Nothing was really there. There's the V1A again. And here it is taken off on the runway from Bellflower Boulevard to Lakewood Boulevard. They had 3 different runways at that plant. This was a passenger airplane, but the FAA ordered that everybody have 2 engines instead of 1, so they couldn't make it a passenger airplane. This is circling around the Downey plant coming in for a landing. You can see some of the dust fly up, which tells me that there was a lot of dirt on the runway. This is a V11 or a V12, I believe. At the Downey plant. The V1A and the V11 are basically the same thing. This made this a dive bomber. The pilot on it is Vance Brees. He's a pilot for Vultee. You can see some of the old farm in the background. A lot of dust. Well, I worked for North American Aviation and worked at the same plant for many, many years. And I really got absorbed by the history of it. And one thing led to another, to where you meet people and you get interested in history and so on like that. And I went all over the plant, climbing on top roofs and inside walls and stuff like that, finding old things. And I was just absorbed by the history of the Downey plant. This is a wreckage, and I can't remember where that wreckage was. And this is a picnic in Streamland Park, I think down by Leg Lake, 1938, north of Whittier on Rosemead. And there was paid entertainment there. And a gentleman, Al Seneschal, organized the picnic for the Voltaire Club. They had pie-eating contests, and from what, according to Al Seneschal, they had really a lot of fun time. It was a 8 millimeter regular 8 millimeter film, and I took it and put it on VHS. The film is lost. What happened is Al had the original film, which really belonged to Peter Vultee, the son of Gerald Vultee. When Al passed on, his family somehow lost the film. Al Seneschal pointed out a few guys to me by name, but I can't recall them right now. I know during lunch hour at the plant, they used to have entertainment at lunchtime also, and they also used to have boxing matches. Well, I met him at Vultee reunions, and his name is Al Seneschal, and he lived in Downey. But anyway, attending the reunions with John Vincent, we both met Al Seneschal, and we became very good friends. I used to go to Al's house to ask him questions and interview him and stuff like that some of I've forgotten. But he did tell me of a film that he had, which is this film here. And I asked if I could, put it on video, and he said sure. And so this is how I acquired this film. Like I say, this is paid entertainment. Looks like some pretty nice color for those days on this film. Looks like we got some strong arm guys here. Little ballerina dance there. Going around in circles there. The good old accordion player. Nice looking gal there. And then we got a nice tap dance show going on too. We got an axe throwing guy here. this is horses at the Pomona Fairgrounds. Um, the company people were riding those horses, and that was in 1938 and 1939. There's some beautiful looking horses there. Now this is the Downey plant in 1940. This is going north on Lakewood Boulevard. And this is lunch hour entertainment that I was talking about, and this is a BT-13 coming into land. I think they made well over 10,000 of those BT-13s. This was a walkout in 1941, in the early part of the year, and that was on Lakewood Boulevard. I guess I think that was a UAW union that was at Vultee. Some pretty nice looking old cars there. I'd like to own some of them. Now this strike or walkout was before the war started, so I don't think that they would have went on strike if we were at wartime. And this is a mass flyaway, and I believe 141 airplanes flew out that day. The problem was that they needed fuel pumps, and they finally came in, so they finally flew them all out at one time, according to Al Seneschal. And they took off from north end of the runway and down to the south, which would go over Imperial Highway. And here they were having a picnic type atmosphere. This was a game that you climbed up a pole and pulled the envelope to see what kind of prize you would win. Playing horseshoes. Look at how serious everybody was. This, I believe, is in Long Beach. A gentleman that you seen smoking the pipe, his name was Blackie Williams, a good friend of Al Seneschal's. This is called the 49er Days in Long Beach in 1940. This is 1938 or 1939, and this is a V11. There's a picture of inside the Downey plant, the main building 1, as we know it today. And also the engineering building combined. There's a Vultee insignia with the BT-13 lined up. I believe this is going to be the massive flyaway. Like I say, I believe there was about 141 airplanes. That's the mascot was Charlie McCarthy with Edgar Bergen. I don't know what month that was. They're getting ready to take off, lined up. Some of the older folks that were there to see that told me it was quite a sight to see. The BT-13 was a beautiful airplane. It was trainer. There's Charlie McCarthy again.
This speaks for itself. That the Monasco EMSCO Aircraft Corporation had shut down, and they Kinner rented the place to build a security aircraft. 1933, and we designed and built the airplane in this building. 1933, leases were real easy to get. So he took over the whole airfield and the buildings and hired some engineers. And one of the engineers was Millard Boyd, the other one was Vandermeer. And these two engineers went on to, from security to Ryan Aeronautical down in San Diego. And they both, the two engineers developed the Ryan ST and the SC. Some of the guys that went to work for security. The two engineers working hard at the stress analysis of the airplane. I did a few of the drawings and design and quite a bit of the drafting. They even got out in the hangar and helped build the airplane up. After he got all the paperwork designed and testing done. They had a lot of spruce wood in the wood shop, a wood storage place, so we bought that from the Emsco company. Used that to help build a security aircraft. About the 1st of May of 1933. This airplane had the 100 horsepower Kenner engine in it. Day of the first flight, well, I publicized it, and all the people from Downey, California, came out to see it fly. Even the mayor of Downey, California, got into the act.
Who's that guy?
That's me. This was before the 1933 earthquake in Southern California.
That plant later become Vultee aircraft?
Yeah, they moved from Glendale down here, and then it become Vultee went in. Yeah, they went into this hangar. after we moved down. Then it became North American, which is now Rockwell Corporation. They finally took over the whole area there. It's a huge, big plant now.
How long a run was this runway? I mean,
Well, this is just
takeoff run.
this is just the taxiway it's taken off of.
Oh. How long of a run did it
It
take?
was about 2,000 feet, 2,500 feet, something like that.
Oh.
Hmm.
Not here. No. Cookie, I don't know what's the airport. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be here or not.
Yeah. This is part of the manufacturing of the airplanes as they built. For the convenience of recovering the fuselage, we put it on that revolving jig so that you didn't have to stand underneath it or alongside of it or on top of it. We could turn it to any position and do a fabric work and painting and stuff. This is part of the folding wing. The end, pulling the front pin out, coming around to the wingtip, and pulling the air wing up and back. To fold it to cut down to the span for storage. Very simple mechanism, very practical. And one man could handle it. Had to work a little bit at it, but the gross weight on that airplane is 1,900 pounds.
And then I became involved also with the Downey Historical Society, where I met John Vincent, and